This evening, we're looking at a big problem. Just about all of us have had to deal with stopped trains blocking traffic. It is not only frustrating, but dangerous. Firefighters have gotten blocked 643 times in the first half of this year.
Amanda Henderson talked with those in the most impacted area on the city's east side and took their questions to those who can create solutions.
But everything came out good?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Perfect. Well, thank you for coming.
Mandola's Deli is a family business.
I've been with Mandola since I was able to walk.
This has been here in this exact spot for how long?
Since 1978.
And since 1978, you guys have also had something pretty much in this exact same spot.
Yeah, a couple of railroad tracks.
Step outside the East Houston staple and you'll see the exact impact of train tracks on the business. Alert lights turn on, wheels come to a halt, and a string of train cars regularly stops, sometimes for hours, in front of their main entrance off Leland Street, just a few miles from where a train hub is located.
How much business would you say it costs you every time the train is stopped?
So if I could quantify it, it would be upsetting.
Since 2021, Texas has led the nation in blocked railroad crossings, Houston making up at least half of the state's total.
For first responders that are trying to get in or out, you know not to come through some of these routes.
Huey German Wilson works with Keith Downey and Ken Williams to advocate for solutions on this issue impacting their East Side community.
What do you think it's going to take for there to be substantial change?
Of course, it takes dollars, and it's really a conversation as to who is willing to spend those dollars.
So is lack of funding the reason why we haven't seen more overpasses and underpasses go in place for these trains?
That's one of the main ones. The other is, can you put a bridge there? You know, the streets are narrow and may not be able to accommodate it.
Jack Hannah-Griff is the road and rail safety manager with the East End District. He says they've already worked to install signs with directions around blockades, sensors at tracks to collect data, and curfew for trains near certain schools.
We had to work closely with the city of Houston and put things in place.
Now they are searching for additional solutions, discussing with people from other cities to see what's working for them. East Side communities hope they will be considered for whatever these changes end up being.
Is there hope that maybe this conversation will spark a further interest in really dealing with this?
Yes, that people are listening and they have the will to bring about change to address what these taxpayers are going through.
The majority of trains that stop on tracks are with Union Pacific. They tell me in part they're working with several stakeholders to identify long-term solutions, which includes separating both vehicle and train traffic.
Looking for solutions. Thank you so much, Amanda.